it's like, all right, next step. Are you still there? Are you still a true fan? But I'm pretty sure that she's going to be good. The league's going to enjoy her. We're going to enjoy her, obviously, as competitors and teammates or whatever you may say. But no, it's going to be huge for her to make that jump. All of them. I mean, it's going to be a great time for them to transition like we all did.
Caitlin Clark has become a household name in basketball. Clark, known for her outstanding shooting abilities, creative playmaking, and unwavering competitive spirit, has quickly risen to prominence.
I got down there and I was wearing Nike Blazers, so they're really hard to take off. I was like, I need Caitlin to sign my shoes. So I quickly took the laces out, pulled it down, just held it there for 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then she came over and she signed it.
She was born and reared in Iowa and was a standout athlete at Dowling Catholic High School before attending the University of Iowa. Her collegiate career has been nothing short of outstanding, with multiple awards and records to her name.
Unreal day for women's basketball here in Iowa City. From a top 10 matchup to a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena to even college game day making the trip to Iowa City. A game that I'm sure so many little girls will never forget.
Cementing her status as one of the most promising young athletes in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's rise to basketball success started at a young age.
15,000 strong in a sold-out Carver Hawkeye Arena. No one more excited to watch the junior play than little girls, not only in the state of Iowa, but beyond. Watching Clark live out her dreams on the court, giving them hope that one day they can do the same.
Growing up in West Des Moines, her father, a collegiate basketball player, introduced her to the sport. Her inherent skill was evident from an early age, and she soon rose to prominence in juvenile leagues and high school tournaments. Clark stood out at Dowling Catholic High School for her scoring skills and court vision. She routinely led her team to victory, garnering multiple awards and establishing herself as one of the best high school players in the country. Clark chose to stay close to home, enrolling at the University of Iowa, where she made an immediate impact. As a rookie, she topped the country in scoring and was named Big Ten Rookie of the Year.
It's fun to come to games that you can watch, and it hopefully inspires you to play better or practice more, see how they play.
It is very inspiring, and it's nice to be in the environment, so I have somewhat of an idea what it's like to, be in a college environment.
During her sophomore season, she continued to break records, winning unanimous first-team All-American accolades and the Dawn Staley Award as the finest guard in women's collegiate basketball.
Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest names in college basketball. People travel all over the country to watch number 22 play, whether it's right here in Iowa City or on the road in the Big Ten. And what bigger and better stage to watch number 22 play in than one of the biggest games?
Clark's ability to execute under duress, as well as her leadership characteristics, has helped her become a key role in Iowa's basketball team.
These sisters from Urbandale were among several young fans who had their sights set on Caitlin Clark, and it's hard to blame them with the way she plays. The sophomore from West Des Moines remembers that was once her.
I feel like I was just that little girl.
The Olympics represent the pinnacle of athletic performance, with the best from all around the world vying for glory.
Iowa's women's basketball wrapping up their regular season schedule with a showdown against number 2 ranked Indiana. The game has garnered some national attention as College Game Day takes over Iowa City.
This global tournament is about more than just winning medals. It's about displaying talent and earning international recognition. For basketball players, the Olympics provide a unique opportunity to showcase their abilities on a global stage, drawing both spectators and endorsements. Basketball has been a part of the Olympic Games since 1936, and it has become one of the most popular and competitive sports. The competition brings together the top players from across the world, representing their respective countries in the quest for Olympic gold. The games are eagerly anticipated, attracting big crowds and receiving extensive media coverage. Caitlin Clark's performance at the Olympics was nothing short of incredible. She demonstrated her trademark long three-point shots, fast decision-making, and ability to lead her team under duress. Her statistics were remarkable and contributed considerably to Team USA's win.
Whatever you want to do, there's going to be moments of hardship and then a lot of amazing moments, but that's what makes the moments of really great times, that's what makes it so amazing. So I think don't let anybody tell you can't do something. You can achieve whatever you want in life. I think especially for young girls, have confidence. I think that's something a lot of young girls struggle with is confidence, and lucky enough, like,
Clark's Olympic experience added to her already impressive resume, making her a fan favorite and media darling. Clark consistently scored more than 20 points every game during the tournament. Her shooting percentage from beyond the arc was especially impressive, with numerous games where she made more than half of her three-pointers. Clark excelled in both scoring and playmaking, averaging 7 assists per game and often setting up her teammates for easy goals. Clark's performance in the semifinal versus Australia was one of the Olympics' most memorable moments. With side USA down in the fourth quarter, Clark took over the game, scoring 12 points in the final 5 minutes to help her side win. Her clutch shooting and poise under duress were on full display, earning her acclaim from both analysts and viewers. Aja Wilson is a formidable basketball player. Wilson was a standout at the University of South Carolina and is now a WNBA great, having won numerous trophies, including the WNBA MVP. Her presence on the court is dominating, and her abilities are exceptional.
Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's going to get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism. Aja Wilson, who bitch whined and moaned and continues to bitch whine and moan that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
However, the rise of Caitlin Clark has created a new dynamic that threatens Wilson's control. IJ Wilson's basketball career began in Hopkins, South Carolina, where she quickly rose to become one of the nation's top high school players. She led her team to a national title at the University of South Carolina and received multiple individual accolades, including Naismith College Player of the Year.
It's good. It's really good. I love playing here. It's a different vibe. It's a different feel, obviously, with the Knights. This is the Knights' home, so it's pretty cool just to be here and just go out here and have some fun. Go out here and be us. That's pretty. I don't care where we play. We just got to be us.
Her adjustment to the WNBA was easy, as she was crowned Rookie of the Year and later MVP. Her versatility and athleticism define Wilson's game. She can shoot from the post, mid-range, and beyond the arc, making her a nightmare for opponents. She is a good shot blocker and rebounder who serves as the defensive anchor for her squad. Wilson's leadership on and off the court has established her as a role model for future players and an important figure in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's presence at the Olympics extended beyond the court. Her work with Wilson Sporting Goods resulted in Caitlin Clark's Limitless Collection, a line of basketballs that soon became popular. The basketballs, which had unique patterns and personal touches from Clark's career, sold out quickly, generating hype that overshadowed other items, including Aja Wilson's basketball collection. The Limitless Collection was a commercial triumph, fusing new design with Clark's narrative. Each basketball in the collection was unique, with handwritten inscriptions from Clark's high school days and highlights from her college career. These personal additions turned the basketballs into souvenirs that resonated strongly with fans. The response to the Limitless Collection was phenomenal. Fans rushed to buy the limited edition products, resulting in rapid sellouts and significant demand for restocks. Wilson Sporting Goods struggled to meet the unusual demand, highlighting Clark's star power. The initial release, priced at $99.95, comprised 4 models: the EV NXT, 3,951 Game Basketball, WNBA Ascent Basketball, and Repetition Basketball. All models sold out within hours, causing a frenzy among admirers. Team USA, consisting of some of the top basketball talents, including Aja Wilson and Caitlin Clark, was predicted to win the competition. However, internal dynamics and outward perceptions caused controversy. Clark's sudden rise and the enormous popularity of her merchandise sparked debates about the importance of individual achievements versus team performance. The presence of numerous elite players on Team USA resulted in a unique dynamic. While the team's skill was evident, handling the egos and demands of top players proved difficult. The coaching staff had to strike a balance between playing time and roles, making sure that each player contributed to the team's success while remaining harmonious. The media coverage of Caitlin Clark's performance and merchandising success increased the pressure, while Clark was praised for her accomplishments. Several detractors contended that the emphasis on individual awards distracted from the team's overall aims. This debate emphasized the difficulty of controlling star power in a team sport, particularly on such a large platform. Caitlin Clark's basketball cooperation with Wilson Sporting Goods was a commercial triumph. The Limitless Collection, with its unique designs and personal sentiments, struck a chord with admirers. One basketball in particular contained a handwritten note from Clark's high school days, symbolizing her path and goals. This personal touch elevated the basketballs from basic sports equipment to valuable collectibles. The Limitless Collection's success may be traced back to its creative marketing strategy. By including pieces of Clark's own life, the anthology evoked an emotional response from fans. The limited edition character of the products added to their attractiveness, creating a sense of urgency among customers.
The way she is off the court that makes her a role model.
You know, I think that was the most kids we've really had all season today. The tunnel was just packed with kids, and you know, I try to make time to high five every single one of them, and you know, that's really what it's all about, inspiring the next generation, and I think our team does a tremendous job of that.
Consumers reacted overwhelmingly positively. Fans complimented the distinctive designs and the chance to own a piece of basketball history. The swift sellouts and great demand for restocks highlighted the marketing strategy's effectiveness as well as Clark's brand strength. In comparison, A'ja Wilson's basketball line, while popular, did not elicit the same level of excitement. Wilson's basketball, while well-designed and branded with her name and emblem, lacked the distinct personal touches that defined Clark's collection. This disparity in marketing strategy and consumer appeal highlighted the two athletes' separate branding methods. Wilson Sporting Goods produced A'ja Wilson's basketball line, which featured high-quality designs and performance features. Wilson supported the basketballs, which carried her name and emblem. While fans favorably welcomed the products, they lacked the personal storytelling components that distinguish Clark's line. Wilson's basketball line sold well, but at a different rate than Clark's collection. While Wilson's basketballs were accessible and sold consistently, they did not experience the rapid sellouts and great demand for restocks that Clark's products experienced.
One of the most fun parts of this whole ride with the Hawkeyes right now in Caitlin Clark mania is seeing these swarms of kids waiting for autographs after games and then just seeing their reactions when they get a picture with her or they get something signed. You might remember this scene from Monday's Elite 8 postgame in Albany. We had it live here on CBS 2 and Fox 28. That girl getting her shoes signed by Caitlin, and that's the appropriate reaction.
This distinction underscored the importance of personal branding and marketing strategy in shaping consumer behavior. The market's reaction to Caitlin Clark's basketballs was extraordinary. Fans rushed to buy the limited edition products, resulting in rapid sellouts and significant demand for restocks. Wilson Sporting Goods struggled to meet the unusual demand, highlighting Clark's star power. On the other side, while A'ja Wilson's basketballs sold regularly, they did not encounter the same buying frenzy. Basketballs provided valuable insights into the impact of personal branding. Fans were drawn to the product's unique designs and personal touches, which resulted in a deep emotional connection. This relationship resulted in high demand and quick sellouts, proving the efficiency of the marketing plan. The success of Clark's collection mirrored broader market trends in sports items.
Micaiah McCann, 15-year-old from the Albany, New York area, got to go to both Iowa games out there, and then popular sites like Awful Announcing and Just Women's Sports shared that scene from our live stream. That is how Micaiah found out she was on live TV in Eastern Iowa. She found us, reached out to us to tell us that she's the shoe girl.
Consumers are increasingly interested in items that provide unique experiences and personal relationships. The Limitless Collection capitalized on these themes, allowing fans to own a piece of Clark's journey and dream.
Fans filed in from the rain, whether they were season ticket holders.
They're fun to watch. You'll have a good time if you come and watch them.
Or they made the trip up from the metro.
We love watching Caitlin Clark, and she's really fun, and all the players on the team are really fun to watch.
A'ja Wilson's displeasure throughout the Olympics was evident. As a dominant player who has long been the face of women's basketball, Caitlin Clark's rapid rise to prominence was difficult to accept. The comparison of sales figures for their different basketballs fueled the fury. Wilson's basketball, while still part of Wilson Sporting Goods' portfolio, had a distinct immediate sellout success compared to Clark's collection. The shift in focus from Wilson to Clark had a tremendous emotional impact on Wilson.
On Saturday, I was like, there's no way I get her autograph. She's such a big deal. There's going to be people lined up down there. Like, it's insane. But on Monday, I was like determined. I was saying before the game, I'm going to get this autograph. It's going to happen. And everybody's like, I hope you do.
As a very competitive athlete, Wilson is proud of her accomplishments and the praise she receives. The fast rise of Clark and the enormous popularity of her items produced a sense of competitiveness and rivalry, which exacerbated Wilson's dissatisfaction.
I was just trying to exit the court as quickly as possible, so I started running, and I was absolutely just hammered by somebody trying to run onto the court and basically blindsided, and kind of scary. Could have caused a pretty serious injury to me and knocked the wind out of me, but luckily my teammates kind of picked me up and got me off the court, so and their AD already came and apologized to me, so I really appreciate that. And this is what comes with the territory. I mean, I'm sure they tried their best to do whatever they could. Obviously, it didn't work.
The public's reaction to Wilson's dissatisfaction was varied. Some fans sympathized with her plight, acknowledging the difficulties of sustaining celebrity status in a fast-changing sports world. Others saw the rivalry as a natural aspect of the competitive world of athletics, offering an opportunity for both sportsmen to push one another to new heights.
Are they going to get the ball up in time? Clark for the win! She does it time and time again, the 40-piece, and
Getting compared to some of the greatest players of all time before even stepping foot on a WNBA court has a great effect. Caitlin Clark's exceptional skill has left basketball fans in awe.
Wheeler, meanwhile, for Clark, 6 dimes and 4 steals. Clark coming off the screen, a 3 falling away. You serious, Clark? Hello from the outside for Caitlin Clark, and the 3-point stroke was tremendous. She only had 3 points total.
Her incredible shooting abilities and overall mobility have earned her comparisons to superstars like Steph Curry and Pistol Pete Maravich.
People started to realize we're really good at what we do. We're elite at what we do. So I love the energy now. Like, people are saying good hoops, and that's what it's all about. We come out here and we work hard and we play basketball at a very high level. And people are believing in it, and they're trusting in it, and they're investing.
Her effect is transforming women's basketball, attracting spectators, and raising revenue in a financially struggling league. Clark, like Ronda Rousey, Clark is regarded as a legend in women's MMA for her ability to fill stadiums and generate excitement.
which makes this team really selfless. Caitlin off the curl, got hit, and has a chance to shoot 3 free throws. She was hit, but it'll be 3 free throws. Caitlin Clark is...
However, she continues to face criticism. Today, we study how Caitlin Clark solidified her status as one of the most amazing players in the WNBA by simply shutting down the league bullies.
There's been over 1,000 players who have played in the league, and she is the first to ever record a triple-dub as a rook. Going off the glass, gets the hoop, gets the harm. The Fever were down by 3, though, after the made free throws.
The WNBA has faced numerous challenges, from inadequate media attention to guaranteeing equitable treatment of its players. A new problem has just emerged, mounting hostility toward one of its most brilliant performers, Caitlin Clark.
Shade of from red to green in Boston, but it does make sense. You like Boston? There's Boston some more. How about for Clark, the first rookie and 3rd player in league history to record 3 consecutive point and assist?
Clark is special and remarkable. Her unique style and court appearance, along with her talents, help her to distinguish, but her very originality has also drawn hostile play and hatred.
Kicking it out, Evans fakes the 3, takes the 2, and knocks it down. A lot of contact from Reese on Clark underneath, no whistle. Now, not a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
Since her debut, many players have shown a will to make her WNBA journey as difficult as possible. The hatred is clear, whether using psychological techniques or physical assault.
Oh, but you can also see that being a no call. Good no call? 50-50? 50-50.
What Caitlin has done for the game in the last couple of years is fantastic. Charles Barkley said she is a blazing star. Her game speaks for itself, and she doesn't require words. Even with such compliments, Clark's quiet and tenacity have been greeted with growing hostility from her opponent.
Hey, history tonight, Caitlin Clark.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
Hey, she needed 8 to break the record, scored the first 8 points. Scored 49 on the night.
That's a heat check.
Extreme physical play, shoves, elbows, and full body hits has defined Caitlin Clark's debut in professional basketball. These appear driven by more hate than they are random acts of violence.
To your love for the game. I like warm chocolate chip cookies, so I guess that, making those.
Several elements fuel this hostility. First, there is jealousy. Many of Clark's contemporaries have been eclipsed by her quick ascent to popularity and drawing capacity. Their annoyance is exacerbated by her media coverage and the big sponsorship she gets. She always has a way around it.
Well, when my mom would come to my games at Iowa, like she would always bring like a dessert or something for my teammates and the coaching staff. So we'll have to keep that going. So they know. All right, and Clark, if you're hearing this.
The hate also has a racial component. Some black athletes believe media attention and player popularity are allocated under a double standard. They contend that Clark would not have been as well known if she were black.
Third in the voting last season. Clark, hammered. 3 Sky players coming over.
And the official is...
Let's consider a particular game when these dynamics were clearly on show. There was obvious aggressiveness in a close match between Clark's Fever and Angel Reese's Chicago Sky.
Head here, and I think they're going to look at this. To review it.
The foul, I believe, to Angel Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will go to...
Kennedy Carter off-ball hip-checked Clark toward the conclusion of the third quarter. Originally labeled a basic foul, it was subsequently changed to a flagrant one.
That's all I'm thinking about. It's just a part of basketball. It is what it is. You know, she's trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah, I mean, it happens. And those free throws when you have to shoot them with no...
Clark stayed calm despite the harsh play and Reese's apparent celebration, which later she claimed was just supporting her friend.
And then when you get flagrant foul by Angel Reese, what's going through your mind and how you just stay within yourself to finish the game?
What's going through my mind is I need to make these 2 free throws.
She hit the resultant free throw, and with a final score of 71-70, the Fever grabbed a meager win.
No, I mean, basketball is competitive. I get it. You know, sometimes your emotions get the best of you. It happened to me multiple times throughout the course of my career. People are competitive. It is what it is. You know, and she's having a tremendous...
Dealing with the event, Clark displayed sportsmanship, complimenting Carter's efforts all season and speculating she may be a 6th player of the year.
And season, she's played great basketball in my eyes, probably in first place for 6th player of the year. She's been great off the bench for them. I think she had 25 here last night and really helped them win the game. So no, and that's just not where my focus.
But Clark was tired of her WNBA colleagues always challenging her.
We just had breaking news just a few minutes ago. Caitlin Clark not making the Olympic team despite leading all rookies in points and assists. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, obviously broken news. I've got to look at the roster to see who they picked to be on.
Though resilient, Clark still has additional challenges. She will not be competing in the Olympics this summer.
On the team, but I would imagine they leaned on veterans. And while Caitlin has had an incredible season, I don't know if there's going to be a rookie on this roster. So if we look here, the biggest thing is, and I know the U.S. Women's National Team...
This choice some ascribe to an anti-Clark agenda. This exclusion is perceived as even another obstacle on her already difficult path. Clark still shows her value. Nonetheless, she shows why her exclusion is a mistake at a pivotal point in the game. She collected a pass while racing, moved around a screen, and confidently delivered a 30-foot strike. The crowd burst into applause as the ball flew toward the hoop and sunk into the goal.
Timeout, Chicago. This will be the reset timeout. And it allows Chicago to advance the basketball, I believe. We'll check here. Eric Bruton was making the signal as the reset time.
Clark answered with the same dynamic force as always. Indiana's 2nd straight victory and their first back-to-back triumph of the season came from this crucial game, which the Fever won 91-83 against the Chicago Sky. Unquestionably, Clark was the catalyst for the triumph. She made the most complete effort of her early WNBA career.
Something that Nia Coffey does well every time down the floor is tries to help the continuity of the offense. Defensive assignment for Haley Jones. It's going to take a team effort to contain Clark.
Matching her whole production from the last game against the Atlanta Dream, Clark came out scorching for the Fever, hitting her first 3 shots and notching 7 points in the first quarter. Her attitude toward the Chicago Sky was clear. She was resolved to challenge her opponents in front of a vibrant audience.
Clark, but then you also have Kelsey Mitchell who gets the bucket there. Tina Charles with her second touch, and Tanisha Wright telling you it's very important to...
Clark proved why she is among the top players in the league throughout the game. She stayed perfect from inside the arc, making all 7 of her 2-point shots, and showed aggressive defense, a point of criticism in her first season.
Clark hammered her.
That's right. This is being reviewed for a possible upgrade to a flagrant.
I think it'll be upgraded here. And, you know, she gets her really hard there.
Back to the Fever play against Sky. Reese hitting Clark on the head did not keep her down, but Clark's resiliency was evident. She recovered fast and kept leading the Fever's attack and strengthened her defensive attempts. That is how resilient Clark can be.
In a moment, in the meantime, when this game was being decided, it was Caitlin Clark knocking down big shots. She had 23 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and here she will find Alyssa Smith for the dagger layup. Angel Reese had 11 points.
With a game-high 23 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks to cap off the game, Clark almost triple-doubled. Her performance was vital in silencing her detractors and guaranteeing the Fever's triumph. A Chicago Sky rookie claimed the refereeing during the game had been biased against her team. "I think we went up strong a lot of times, and we didn't get a lot of calls," she said, annoyed by the irregularities and foul calls. "Looking back and watching the movie, I saw a number of unmade calls. Some, I suppose, received a unique whistle."
I'm thinking about, it's just a part of basketball. It is what it is. You know, she's trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah, I mean, it happens. And those free throws, when you have to shoot them with nobody at the line, are kind of...
By comparison, Clark's attention remained unbroken in the face of any debate over officiating. When Clark thought back on a pivotal point when she was at the free throw line.
Never wanted her to not be aggressive and take shots. I really thought when she went out in transition after that free throw, I thought she was gonna take it to the rim or pull up right there.
With 3 of their past 4 games under their belts, the Indiana Fever clearly show improvement. The coach said the club is changing and needs to be more polished, but Clark's essential contribution to this growth is indisputable.
It's good. Then Clark gonna knock down this 3. That is the 400th career point. And she is the fastest in a season to 400 points and 170.
On the field, Clark's determination and honesty are turning her into a player the WNBA has long dreaded, but now has to welcome. She keeps her composure and often surpasses her opponent's dishonest strategies. Her tenacity and ability are changing the league. Hence, she is a motivating person for both players and supporters.
Now in the 4th, only up 8. Clark turns the ball over. Copper takes it the other way. She was so good in this game. Mercury, they cut the lead to 6. And Clark?
It is rather amazing how Caitlin Clark could face and get beyond these challenges. Maintaining her honesty and concentration, she often surpasses the dishonest strategies used by her opponent. She is redefining what it means to be a WNBA star as she keeps performing, not just shutting down her bullies. Clark's humility and drive are helping her to become the WNBA she has long dreaded but must now embrace being a player. Her perseverance and ability are motivating a fresh generation of both fans and athletes as she keeps shining. Caitlin Clark is redefining what it means to be a WNBA star, not just altering the rules. The WNBA's support for Clark is evident as they recognize her potential to change the league's dynamics. Her influence extends beyond the court, inspiring young girls to take up basketball and pursue their dreams. Clark's journey is a testament to the power of resilience and determination. Despite the challenges she faces, she continues to rise above, proving her critics wrong and setting new standards for excellence in women's basketball. Her story is one of inspiration and triumph. It serves as a reminder that greatness is not just about talent, but also about the courage to face adversity and the strength to overcome it. Clark's impact on the WNBA is undeniable. Her presence brings excitement and energy to the games, drawing in fans and increasing the league's visibility. She is a true game changer, and her influence will be felt for years to come. As she continues to excel, Clark's legacy will be defined by her ability to inspire and uplift those around her. She is not just a star player, but a role model and a beacon of hope for aspiring athletes everywhere. The WNBA is fortunate to have a player of Clark's caliber. Her contributions to the game go beyond her impressive statistics. She embodies the spirit of perseverance and dedication that defines true champions. Clark's journey is far from over. With each game, she continues to push the boundaries of what is possible, proving that she is a force force to be reckoned with in the world of basketball. Her story is a powerful reminder of the impact one person can have on an entire league. Clark's presence in the WNBA is a testament to the power of hard work, determination, and unwavering belief in oneself. As she continues to break barriers and set new standards, Clark's influence will extend beyond the WNBA. She is a trailblazer, paving the way for future generations of female athletes. Clark's journey is a story of triumph over adversity, a tale of perseverance, and a testament to the power of believing in oneself. She is a true inspiration, and her impact on the game of basketball will be felt for years to come. The WNBA is on the brink of a new era, one defined by the brilliance and determination of players like Caitlin Clark. Her influence is transforming the league, bringing in new fans, and raising the bar for excellence. Clark's story is a reminder that greatness is not just about talent, but also about the courage to face challenges head on and the strength to overcome them. She is redefining what it means to be a star in the WNBA, and her legacy will be one of inspiration and triumph. As she continues to shine, Clark's impact on the WNBA will only grow. Her journey is a testament to the power of hard work, dedication, and unwavering belief in oneself. She is a true champion, and her influence will be felt for years to come. Like and subscribe, and then have a look at videos on this channel to learn more about Caitlin Clark's game-changing efforts and the reason she is precisely what the league needs.
Play at the Stanford University 2022. And this is Caitlin Clark introducing herself. She has been a leader for US team.
Caitlin Clark's name has a strong resonance in the basketball community. Clark, a prodigy whose abilities have wowed fans and commentators alike, was left off Team USA's Olympic selection, sparking significant outrage. This piece dives at Clark's rise, her Olympic snub, the resulting controversy, and Team USA's eventual admission of regret.
Caitlin Clark, even though we have a day to celebrate with so many amazing ladies making the roster, what have you made of the conversation about Caitlin being left off?
You know, it speaks really highly to the player that Caitlin is, to the superstar.
Caitlin Clark's basketball experience has been nothing short of spectacular. She distinguished herself from her contemporaries with a rare combination of talent, toughness, and basketball IQ beginning in high school. Her transition to collegiate basketball went well, and she quickly became a standout at the University of Iowa. Clark's ability to score, facilitate, and dominate the game helped her become one of the most talked about athletes in the NCAA.
Has become the new face of women's basketball. Clark breaking records tonight, becoming the all-time leading scorer in Big Ten history, inspiring a new generation of aspiring women's basketball players from Hinsdale Central.
Clark's early years were a forerunner to her later success. She grew up in West Des Moines, Iowa, with a loving family who saw her promise from an early age. Her father, Brent Clark, and older brother Blake played an important role in developing her interest in the game. By the time she reached high school, she had caught the attention of college scouts.
Caitlin Clark has become a national phenom, and some fans say they went the extra mile just to watch her play here. ABC 7's Kate Kogirin spoke with excited ticket holders at Welsh Shrine Arena.
The fan fever was high.
Clark was clearly the dominant student at Dowling Catholic High School. She guided her team to several state titles, breaking various records in the process. Her high school career was distinguished for her scoring abilities, court vision, and leadership skills. These characteristics garnered her a 5-star recruit ranking and offers from elite basketball teams nationwide.
Knock in the 3-ball as well. Kenna Warnock, I've said this time and time again, I think she's one of the more underrated players in the Big Ten, and there's Clark's first bucket. Saw it with 34 points.
Clark decided to stay close to home and enrolled at the University of Iowa. Her decision was inspired by the possibility of playing for coach Lisa Bluter, who has a track record of creating outstanding athletes. Clark made an immediate impression during her first year. She led the nation in scoring and was named the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Her performances were more than simply sheer stats. They included game-winning shots, clutch efforts, and a maturity beyond her years.
2-on-1 break here for Iowa. Caitlin Clark to Marshall for 2.
The blink of an eye, Caitlin Clark brings Iowa within 1. Look at this. Carissa McLaughlin blocked by Clark, out of bounds. Purdue ball.
With the Olympics coming, many assumed Clark would be a certainty for Team USA. Her performances were constantly outstanding, and her ability to flourish on the international stage appeared unquestionable. However, when the roster was revealed, Clark's name was glaringly absent.
With such an ease, it's almost like she's a musician when she's playing with poetry like that.
Parks takes the contact, you can count it.
See more of Caitlin Clark taking it to the bucket. She didn't like the fact that she was whistled for that charge.
This choice confused many fans and pundits, sparking a surge of conjecture and debate. For any athlete, representing their country in the Olympics is a pinnacle achievement. Caitlin Clark's dream appeared within reach, given her quick rise in the basketball world. The journey to the Olympics entails intense training, national team camps, and sustained top-level performance. Clark's journey featured great college performances in early WNBA games.
Honestly, no disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that. And
as Clark's star grew, so did expectations. Fans and commentators both regarded her as the future of women's basketball. Her ability to score from wherever on the floor, combined with her playmaking abilities, made her a standout player. The possibility of witnessing her compete against the world's best at the Olympics sparked excitement and anticipation.
Clark certainly sounds genuine there. Maybe there's a hint of diplomacy as well. Here, Indiana coach says Clark told her, quote, "They awakened a monster." Our contributor Christine Brennan has been tracking this story for weeks. She wrote in her,
Clark's achievements speak much about her talents. She led the NCAA in scoring, displayed an incredible ability to make clutch plays, and matured beyond her years on the floor. Her ability to shoot and pass made her a nightmare for opposing defenses. Despite her great stats and highlight reel moments, Team USA chose to keep her off the squad, a decision that would later be highly criticized.
curtains were down a lot of the games, and now it's impossible to get a ticket to get in the door to our games. So, I think the people that have made it the most special, obviously my teammates, my coaches, but it isn't what it is without all of you, so seriously.
Record-breaking performances characterized Clark's undergraduate career. She became the first player in NCAA history to have consecutive triple-doubles of at least 30 points. Her scoring numbers were consistently among the nation's best, and she led her team in assists and steals. These statistics were more than just numbers. They demonstrated her all-around game and ability to influence all aspects of the game. One of Clark's distinguishing characteristics is her capacity to perform in critical situations. Whether it was hitting game-winning baskets or making crucial plays in high-pressure circumstances, she continually delivered when it counted the most. Her leadership on and off the court was clear, as she frequently assumed the position of a vocal leader, mentoring her colleagues and setting an example with her work ethic and drive. Clark's absence from the Olympic team remains a source of dispute. Some argued that her rookie position in the WNBA played a role, while others attributed it to her absence from training camp. ESPN commentators and basketball fans debated the issue extensively, with many expressing shock and dismay. The selection process for Team USA is rigorous, with input from coaches, former players, and basketball experts. It entails assessing players' performance, fit within the team chemistry, and capacity to adjust to international competition. The decision to omit Clark, despite her evident aptitude, prompted concerns about the criteria utilized and whether other factors influenced the decision. Team USA officials issued remarks attempting to justify their actions. They mentioned considerations such as the need for more experienced players and the need for teamwork. However, these answers did little to soothe the outrage of fans and pundits who felt Clark's talent and potential justified her admission. ESPN's coverage of Clark's Olympic snub featured comments from a variety of pundits. Some backed the decision, given her lack of experience, while others fiercely opposed it, citing historical examples of rookies making the Olympic team. Analysts such as Paul Pierce and Skip Bayless pointed out that other famous players such as Diana Taurasi and Candace Parker made the Olympic squad as rookies, prompting questions about why Clark was treated differently. The ESPN debate offered a variety of opinions. Some commentators claimed that Clark's absence represented a missed chance for Team USA to capitalize on her growing popularity and marketability. Others emphasized the potential benefits of having a young star like Clark on the squad, both for her growth and for the club's success. The debates frequently grew heated, reflecting the emotion and intensity surrounding this topic. The similarities to other rookies who made the Olympic team were especially noticeable. Analysts pointed out that players like Rebecca Lobo, Diana Taurasi, and Candace Parker were included despite being in positions similar to Clark's. These examples underlined the irregularity in the selection process, fueling conjecture about further reasons for Clark's rejection. Clark's omission from the Olympic team sparked a firestorm of anger. Speculations about political motivations, team chemistry, and even potential jealousy from other players were widespread. The idea that Clark's popularity and burgeoning celebrity status may have offended some people was a recurring subject in conversations. Some speculated that her absence was intended to prevent any problems in team harmony or hierarchy. One of the most hotly debated ideas was that Clark's exclusion was politically motivated. Some argued that her growing prominence and popularity threatened the established structure within Team USA. There were speculations that her aggressive style and on-court approach may have clashed with other key players or coaches, prompting the decision to keep her off the roster. The selection process for Team USA is rigorous, with input from coaches, former players, and basketball experts. It entails assessing players' performance, fit within the team chemistry, and capacity to adjust to international competition. The decision to omit Clark, despite her evident aptitude, prompted concerns about the criteria utilized and whether other factors influenced the decision. Team USA officials issued remarks attempting to justify their actions. They mentioned considerations such as the need for more experienced players and the need for teamwork. However, these answers did little to soothe the outrage of fans and pundits who felt Clark's talent and potential justified her admission. ESPN's coverage of Clark's Olympic snub featured comments from a variety of pundits. Some backed the decision, given her lack of experience, while others fiercely opposed it, citing historical examples of rookies making the Olympic team. Analysts such as Paul Pierce and Skip Bayless pointed out that other famous players, such as Diana Taurasi and Candace Parker, made the Olympic squad as rookies, prompting questions about why Clark was treated differently. The ESPN debate offered a variety of opinions. Some commentators claimed that Clark's absence represented a missed chance for Team USA to capitalize on her growing popularity and marketability. Others emphasized the potential benefits of having a young star like Clark on the squad, both for her growth and for the club's success. The debates frequently grew heated, reflecting the emotion and intensity surrounding this topic. The similarities to other rookies who made the Olympic team were especially noticeable. Analysts pointed out that players like Rebecca Lobo, Diana Taurasi, and Candace Parker were included, despite being in positions similar to Clark's. These examples underlined the irregularity in the selection process, fueling conjecture about further reasons for Clark's rejection. Clark's omission from the Olympic team sparked a firestorm of anger. Speculations about political motivations, team chemistry, and even potential jealousy from other players were widespread. The idea that Clark's popularity and burgeoning celebrity status may have offended some people was a recurring subject in conversations. Some speculated that her absence was intended to prevent any problems in team harmony or hierarchy. One of the most hotly debated ideas was that Clark's exclusion was politically motivated. Some argued that her growing prominence and popularity threatened the established structure within Team USA. There were speculations that her aggressive style and on-court approach may have clashed with other key players or coaches, prompting the decision to keep her off the roster. The selection procedure relies heavily on team chemistry. The addition of a high-profile rookie like Clark has the potential to upset the team's existing roles and relationships. Some suggested that there was anxiety about how veteran players would react to her presence and how it would affect team unity. This hypothesis proposed that the decision was taken to maintain harmony rather than based only on performance. Another theory focused on jealousy and rivalry. Clark's fast ascension and the media attention she received may have fueled anger among other players. The possibility that her success and popularity will overshadow other team members was discussed. This hypothesis argued that her exclusion was a means to manage egos and avoid internal problems. In a stunning change of events, members of Team USA's selection committee and coaching staff later expressed regret for not including Clark. Coach Dawn Staley agreed that, given Clark's current form and influence, she would have been a strong contender if the process occurred again. This admission, although satisfying Clark's admirers, also highlighted a squad squandered chance to display one of the most brilliant players on the world scene. The admission of sorrow occurred through public comments and interviews. Coach Staley and other committee members praised Clark's performance and admitted that she would have been a good candidate for the team had the choice been made later. These words were interpreted as vindication for Clark and her admirers, who had contended that her aptitude and promise were unquestionable. The public admission of regret had a huge impact on Clark's career. It cemented her reputation as one of basketball's brightest young stars and demonstrated the respect she garnered from top coaches and officials. Clark utilized the accolades from Team USA as motivation to keep developing and proving her naysayers wrong. Caitlin Clark's Olympic snub is a complex story of talent, controversy, and ultimately remorse. As Team USA considers its decision, the basketball world wonders what may have been. Clark's rejection from the Olympic team may have denied fans the opportunity to watch her talent on the biggest stage.